Alright, so since I'm out here and since I have my phone, which normally I don't, I will give you a narrated tour of my orchard. So I'm in the far corner of it now. So I'll just kind of scan and then I'll walk around and show you. So this is my tree part. And then I still have 4. So all of these are semi-dwarfs. So like at max they'll get like 10, maybe 12 feet high. And then so I have all of those, and then I have 4 that I just bought actual dwarf apple trees, which I didn't know when I went to go get them that they were dwarf, but I was there and they looked healthy, so whatever. And they'll only get like, you can keep those around like 6 to 8 feet tall. Anyway, so here is the far corner. Everything with the little wood shavings on top. Those are my trees. And I have 4 rows of them. And then like down there, those black pots, those are the 4 dwarf ones that I haven't planted yet. And I'm toying with the idea of planting them. Here, I'll show you the other part. So this is the other part of the field. There's a corner over there. I don't know if you can really see it, but our property goes along the line of those big trees right there, those pine trees, and it goes all the way down back to the corner where those other row of trees start, going the other way. And so our property line is basically lined with those pine trees, and so everywhere you can see the pine trees back over there, and that big bushy walnut tree, and there's the shop back there and around. So anyways, my trees, and then the rest of the field, we're thinking about actually doing like just extending this part eventually, and then coming down to like where that part of the fence stops and making that the entire orchard area, and getting more trees and blueberries eventually. But these ones crack me up, right? Because I've got all these other trees, you know, they're decent size. These ones are taller than me. And then I've got these tiny little fig trees that I thought were dead. And the guy was gonna like give me 2 new ones, but I just kept at it and kept watering them. There's that one, and they'll get bigger. They'll get pretty big, I guess. And then there's this one. This one's got lots of green coming up now, but they literally look like dead gray twigs coming out of the ground. Oh, and this is my heaviest producing apple right now. You can see these little guys on there, and it's like they're so heavy, and the limbs are so young that it's just literally bending them. I'm gonna have to support them at some point very soon. But yeah, so there's that. And then here are my blueberries, and normally they would be in raised beds with a lot of like sawdust, but the guy that I got most of them from told me not to plant them until next spring, but I'm going to do it this fall. But so I just dug holes and stuck them in the ground because the pots are black and they draw a lot of heat and it dries them out really fast. So I put them in holes to kind of protect them from that. But there's 1 row there that we did. That was the first day I ended up burnt because we planted that whole row. And then these ones I have still yet to get to. But where are they? I'll show you. These guys are pretty good size. Pretty good sized blueberries. And I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different varieties, maybe more, of blueberries. But it's exciting because I've got some that are actually turning blue. That's fun. Of course, it's one of my smallest plants, but hey, whatever. And they're just, I mean, these big ones, they've got quite a bit on them. They're just like loaded with blueberries, so much that they're bending their branches too. Yeah, these ones are pretty good sized blueberries. Green berries right now. But so yeah, all my blueberries. There's my bees. And there's a stupid tree that I want cut down because it shades my garden in the afternoon, but Scotty likes it, so it's still there. And then, so over here is a bunch of open space. Then that's my potatoes and corn, and so more beds will go behind that eventually. And then here we have my pepper row, one of them. So, got a bunch of peppers. And I obviously have a problem because I see a plant and I must buy it if it looks healthy. And then starts my, and actually these two guys I'm very proud of because those are my tomato plants that I started from seed. And I started them too late. I had to start everything after we got back from Passover because I wasn't going to be here to water anything for a week. And so those guys I'm actually very proud of. And then all these other ones I just bought. But there's 2 rows of tomatoes there. And then the back of the field. And then there's those other trees that I was telling you about that have been here for forever. And then this is my latest bed. I just put this one in the other day when I got burnt again. And it's just pretty much more peppers and tomatoes. I think I told you before, I've got like 30, at least 30 plants. I might have bought more since that count. 30 pepper plants. That's some mint, basil down there. And then I've got grapes and raspberries right there that need to go in the ground somewhere, but I have no idea where I'm going to put them because the grapes have to be, you know, on a like a trellis or whatever. And then here's my other garden beds, and these I put in, when was this? Like in February-ish or something? I don't know. These ones were this year. These these things are terrible. These I put in last fall, I think it was. Maybe, I don't know when it was, honestly. But you're messaging me right now. But anyways, I've cut the grass between them already this like spring, and it's grown so out of control. We're gonna have to like find a weed eater. We have one, but it's not working. And so really I don't have much in these beds because they're absolutely freaking ridiculous. And part of it is because that right there, that's either wheat or oat from the hay that I use to cover my beds to protect them. So anyways, these ones aren't too terribly bad, but the grass is like ridiculously uncontrollable right now. And then there's everything else. So I think that is it. Oh my gosh, it's a very long video.